Hello and a warm welcome to the Next Gen Racing YouTube channel for our Ante-post series, and this is episode 2 of the Ante-post series. Thanks for all the support on episode 1. 2,600 viewers at the time of recording here that we had on that, so big thanks to all the support and all the comments. We'll talk about some of the comments in just a moment. Jack, we're back for episode 2. We're building our squad of 5 and we're also doing our feature each week, but how has your week been?
Yeah, it's been good, thank you, Sam. Just ticking along over here, one week closer to the Cheltenham Festival. Hopefully, another 2 winners to find. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into it.
Absolutely. So those who didn't watch last week's episode, what are you doing? It's down in the description. You can go and give that a watch. But how we're playing this, we're doing a little feature each week ahead of the festival, a nice quick feature, and then we're giving a selection each, building a 5-a-side team to take each other on with at the festival. And we'll get into that at the end of the show. But Jack, I did say in the comments, if anyone wants to suggest any features or any questions, do put them in the comments. We will read them. And we had a great comment from Cakey Bakey Numero Uno in the comments from last week's episode, which says, guys, I'd really appreciate your view on the Presbury Cup at the festival. Although I have to say Ireland will win it, but in the interest for a good bet for the whole festival, what kind of handicap mark do you think the Brits could prosper from? So what Jack and I have done is we've gone through every race at a glance. Some of the races we know more about than others. Obviously, the handicaps are a little bit more difficult at this stage to try and discover who's going to win the Prestbury Cup. It's going to be Ireland, but by how many? Right, Jack, let's do it day by day then, shall we? We'll look at each day and what the score will be after each of the 4 days. And the first day, we have the highlights of the Supreme, the Arkle, the Champion Hurdle, and the Mayor's Hurdle. Obviously, like I say, the handicap's going to be more difficult here. But I've got it 5-2 Ireland, Jack, on day 1. What have you got it?
I've got it the exact same, Sam. 5-2 to Ireland.
Interesting to know where the England winners come from on day 1. Where have you got the English winners coming from?
I've got Ireland dominating most of the day, and the ultimate, I think, will go to the UK and England again. And I also think the National Hunt Chase might do. 80 kilos is the one that takes the eye there.
Oh, okay. Interesting. See, I think, I mean, it's boring, but I think the favourite, and now is the hour, I think that horse is just well prepared for this National Hunt Chase, who is from Ireland, who is Gavin Cromwell. So I have got the ultimate down as England, and I have actually got the Mayor's Hurdle down as England, just due to the news that Brighter Days Ahead and Lossiemouth may skip this. There are other horses in there who have shown.
Just quickly, so we're both against Constitution Hill on the Champion Hurdle.
Interesting. Yeah, we are. And it's interesting because we had this horse in our bankers list last week. I think we both had the horse 3rd or 4th. Like, I think that was where we both had the horse. But at that point, we were judging it on the fact that Bright Days Ahead wasn't going. We still don't know, actually, whether Bright Days Ahead. There's been money on the exchanges, etc. It means nothing. I was watching the podcast with Matt Chapman and Paddy Brennan, where I think Ryan Aaron and Michael O'Leary texted in and said there's no decision made as of yet. I think they're making a decision on the 3rd of March. We're not going to know until a week before, but interesting. I think that's the reason, is due to the fact that if Bright Days Ahead runs, I think Bright Days Ahead wins. And I believe Ruby Walsh actually said at a Cheltenham preview evening, yes, they have begun already, that one of his best bets of the week will be Brighter Days Ahead. So yeah, interesting to know. So yeah, I guess, Jack, that's the reason that you're kind of against Constitution Hill now.
Yeah, I've been against Constitution Hill since Brighter Days Ahead ran actually at Christmas. I thought it was an electric performance. I think it would be pretty silly to go to the Mayor's Hurdle, and I think she's going to go to win the champion. I hope there's anyway some sense for them, common sense used, and they go to the Champion Hurdle, because I think they'll win it.
Okay, there we go then. That's day 1. So we're 5-2 currently to Ireland. Let's get on to day 2 then, where I currently have it 4-2 to England, with a winner for France in here as well. I think this is the day where the Brits will have their best day, and I've got a winner for France, not in the Champion Chase. I've got that in the cross-country chase, is where I've got the French winner coming from. But yeah, 4 from England, Jack. I've got England winning the Bumper, the Grand Annual, the Champion Chase, and the Coral Cup is where I've got the English winners coming from. I think they're in for a really good day. It's a day where they'll tease the fact they're coming back. I don't know. What about you on day 2?
No need to be patriotic here, Sam. I think it's going to be another 5-2 drive into Ireland. England can take the Coral Cup, and I think they'll also take the Grand Annual.
Oh, okay. You don't think they'll take the Champion Chase? I mean, you probably could have said that based on your confidence levels in John Bond from last week.
Yeah, we went through this last week, unfortunately.
We're not going to do it again. I can't do it again. So, yeah, remember at the end, I'm going to have a score between 27 here because I will have a French
Mm.
winner in there as well. So, yeah, I got it 4-2 to England on day 2. Jack's got it 5-2 once again. Let's move on to day 3 then. We've got the likes of the Potemps, the Ryanair, the Stayers, the Plate. I've got it 4-3 Ireland here, Jack. What have you got this one?
Oh, it's rinse and repeat, Sam. I've got
That's a
another
theme of
5-2. 5-2 to Ireland. England can win the Stayers. I'll let everyone hazard a guess as to who I think is going to win the Stayers. And I think the Plate as well.
See, I think you're wrong there. So, I mean, the Stayers hurdle I've actually given to Ireland, considering giving England so many winners. I'm not sure how I'm doing this, but I've given England the Potemps, I've given England the Plate, and I've given England the Kim Muir as well on day 3. So, yeah, interesting there. Again, these are at a glance. The entries might come out, and then we might see the handicap rating. We might be like, what on earth have we done here? But this is just at a short glance. Let's go on to the final day then, day 4. Triumph, County, Out, Bartlett, Gold Cup, Mayor's Chase, got the likes of those races. And again, I got it 4-3 to England here. 4-3 to Ireland here.
Okay.
I've got England winning the Triumph, the County, and the Hunter's Chase. What have you got?
It's so boring, Sam. But I've gone 5-2 Ireland again. It's just coincidence. I've got England winning the Triumph and the County.
Right, so let's just read back that comment once again. I'm reckoning, this is what Cakey Bacon Numero Uno says, I'm reckoning if the Brits get a 10 start, it's a good bet. For you then, being 28 to Ireland, that is not a good bet.
Yeah, no, look, as I say, there's no room to be patriotic here. All the top level contests, I just can't see them going the way of the UK at all, looking at every single race. Most of which in pretty good detail. I think the handicaps are a little bit open, but other than that, Sam, I think it's going to be one-way traffic again.
So Jack will be requiring a plus 12.5 for the Brits if he was to have his bet on. And I will be looking at a plus 3.5. I've got Ireland 15, England 12, France 1. So I actually think the plus 10 bet. I don't know what price that's going to be. I don't know if the handicap betting for the Presbury Cup's out at the moment. It feels like rugby. I enjoy the handicap betting of the Presbury Cup. It's got a bit of a rugby feel to it. But no, I actually do think the plus 10, I think, would be really nice. If you can get a decent price on that, I generally do think that England will have a fair Cheltenham Festival this year. I did see a big sign over from Paddy Powell when I was at the Dublin Racing Festival saying, will they turn the tide? If you show up this year, you might. But hopefully England do show up and prove wrong. So that's our view on the Presbury Cup. 2 slightly different views. Again, we'll come back and potentially we'll review this in our Cheltenham Festival review and see how well we did. It's probably worth noting down, Jack. Have you noted down on a sheet of paper currently what race you've got to England and what race you've got to Ireland? You have. Send them to me and I'll keep them. I'll lock them away and there'll be no changes there. So we'll see how we get on in our Cheltenham Festival review. Let us know in the comments who you like for the Presbury Cup. Let us know what you think the score will be. Even if you think there's a French winner in there somewhere, let us know and we will reply to all of the comments. Okay, into our selections then, Jack. These are our second selections for our team. Let's have a look at our teams so far. I'll put them on screen now. Only one selection each. But I'm with East India Doc at 11-4 in the Triumph Hurdle. And you're with Cowabunga in the Turner's Novices Hurdle at 10-1. They're our first selections. But now it's time to get selection 2. And Jack, you can go first. Who is your second selection for your team?
My second selection is going to come in the Mayor's Hurdle. I think it's a pretty open market. I don't think Lossiemouth or Brighter Days Ahead are going to go. And I think the key form race there comes just after Christmas at Leopardstown, where July Flower ended up beating Calaconte. But despite July Flower winning by 4 lengths, I actually think Calaconte's a really, really good each way bet here at 20-1. I think she's got a serious amount of improvement in her. And I was really impressed with that run there. They went breakneck speed early, and she was the only one who settled prominently who actually stayed on and made it look like winning at any stage as well. If you look at the likes of a lot of Joy led at 3-1 favourite, ended up tailed off at the rear of the field. Hispanic Moon was also prominent early, finished tailed off at the rear of the field, but Calaconte kept on there and 2 out. It looked like she had the race sewn up. I thought it was a huge performance, giving £5 away to July Flower. She's clearly on the improve, even as a juvenile. She beat Cargasi and then finished second to her at the Dublin Racing Festival. The trip's a little bit of a question mark, but she's stuck on really well there. If the ground comes up pretty soft, I think it'll be testing for her, but she's assisted to 2 French horses who won from 2 miles up to 2.5 miles. One of them is the Dam of Red Risk, I think, who of course won over to mile 4. So I think Caliconti's a really good bet here, Sam. I think she's on the improve. She's 4 from 8 over the hurdles. She's only been out of the first 2 once in her career. And I think she's going to lay down a serious mark at Cheltenham. So Caliconti in the Mares Hurdle at 20-1. I think she could even be my captain come the day, Sam.
Wow, there we go. Yeah, we'll have a captain on the day in our final show for sure. The Mares Hurdle is fascinating, Jack, isn't it? Now we've heard the news that potentially Bright Days Ahead could go to Champion Hurdle. Lossie Mouth seems still on track for that Champion Hurdle. It's a great Ante-post market to be betting in, because if those two just suddenly get pulled out, then everything in that market is going to shorten. So, yeah, 20-1, a bit of value there. Carla Conti for Jack in the Mares. I'm going to take a chance on one in a handicap. I'm going to go for the Martin Pipe, and this is going to be a bit of a trend breaker in some ways, which I always say stats have to be broken at some stage, and this is going to be one. But I'm going to take another chance on No Ordinary Joe at 16-1 in the Martin Pipe. This horse was second to Iroko 2 years ago in the Martin Pipe off 139 and 7th in the race last year to Better Days Ahead off a mark of 140. Now, the plan looks like it's to go back to this handicap once again with a decent conditional on board. Now, he got a nice ride at Warwick the other day with obviously something in mind for the future. I think what caught the eye was actually Nicky Henderson's, or caught the ear, was Nicky Henderson's interview after Joyeus's run, where they were talking about the handicaps and the fact Joyeuse can't run at the Cheltenham Festival due to the new rules, etc. But he then said, there's a race at Warwick happening in 10 minutes where we've got to get a horse running to get into a handicap at the Cheltenham Festival. And that horse was No Ordinary Joe. And he gave that a mention. I kind of thought that was Henderson going, yeah, look out for this horse, because we've got a bit of a plan in place for this. Now, the reason this could be a trend breaker, Jack, is the fact that the horse is 9. And I did text you midweek saying I fancy No Ordinary Joe in a handicap for the Cheltenham Festival. And you went, Sam, he's 9. And I went, yes, I know he's 9. And if you look at the stats, the last 12 winners of this race, I think have all been 7 or under. So he is going to have to break a trend, but he is down to a nice mark. Currently, at the time of recording, he's rated 138. But I've got this feeling they're going to go for another crack at this race. And 16-1, I think he'll run a decent race. So, yeah, I'm going to take the 16-1 about No Ordinary Joe in the Martin Pipe. No doubt there'll be an Irish horse come over that's just really well handicapped. But yeah.
That's the thing. When it comes to the Martin Pipe, I almost think like it's a bit of a minefield these days. Like if you look at the Roll of Honour there, you've got so many Grade 1 winners who have run the Martin Pipe, and there's at least going to be 4 or 5 laid out for it. But I completely agree. I think No Ordinary Joe can run a big race, and hopefully you can knock off a few pound well in.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what is a massive shame is that the William Hill Handicap Hurdle winner Joya can't run at the festival. I still find it a little bit ridiculous in some ways, because the rules are a little bit ridiculous. Like, she ran a decent race. I mentioned it when we were previewing it. She ran a decent race at Cheltenham time prior to that William Hill Handicap. She's won one of the big handicap hurdles of the season, winning it as easy as she likes, and she now can't run at Cheltenham. Yeah, but it is a bit. Is it not baffling? Like, you want the best horse on the best stage. She can't run there. She's got to go to Aintree.
But they knew the rules. I know they got changed relatively recently, but come on, like they know the rules. There's no complaints there. If they wanted to do that, they could have run her before then. But anyway, I think the Betfair Hurdle, the William Hill Handicap Hurdle, is worth 150 grand, and the County's worth 90. So I don't think JP McManus would be too fussed. But no, I don't really see the argument myself. They knew the rules, and so be it.
Well, there you go. She's going to go to Aintree anyway and run a big race there, I'm sure. So, yeah, she's a good winner last week. So there is our second picks then for the Cheltenham Festival Ante-post. Carla Conti in the Mares Hurdle for Jack at 20-1 and 16-1 about No Ordinary Joe in the Martin Pipe as our second selection. Like I say, we'll be leading up. I think it's the final Sunday where we'll have our final selection. I'm pretty sure that's how we timed it. So we'll have our fifth one where we'll probably give best bets as well on that day as well. So look forward to that. As always, get down in the comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about. We had the Presbury Cup this week. We had our bankers last week. Let us know if there's anything you want us to cover, and we'll try and find a little feature to do with it. But do like, comment, share, and subscribe. Big thanks to Jack Dawling, and we will see you again next Thursday for our weekend preview.